Welcome to Anime Adventures. This is the show where I bring you interviews with anime voice actors, artists, and others in the anime and Comic-Con world. I'm Elise Baughman. I'm your host. I'm the voice of Pan on Dragon Ball GT, and this exclusive Kameacon series is brought to you by Con Live. It's the company that brings you the experience of live conventions right into the comfort of your own home. Now, I'm super excited about today's guest, voice actress Cynthia Cranz. She is probably best known as Chi-Chi in the Dragon Ball franchise. She's done so many amazing roles on shows like Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece, Fullmetal Alchemist, so many other shows. Let's bring her on right now. She voices my grandmother in the Dragon Ball franchise. It's Cynthia Cranz. Cynthia.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you.
I am so excited to have you here live and then have you on Anime Adventures. And we should say this is the official announcement of your being a guest at Kameacon 3.
Yes, I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Yes, it's very exciting. We hope it happens this time, that things continue to get better as far as the pandemic goes. And you've also got a live signing where people can do a meet and greet with you on March 6th. So
I do. Save the date.
Yes, save the date. So great things are happening. Now, here's what I did. So this is live right now. If people are joining us live and you have questions or comments, please put them in the comments, and I've got somebody helping me and he will let me know. Well, oh, we've already got one. Juvi says, hi. Hey there.
Hi, Juvi, hi.
And Karen Penjwani, hey Karen. Karen's very active on my channel and says,
hi.
This is exciting. Teresa,
really
hiya. Cynthia. So
hiya.
We've already got a lot of people.
I know Teresa.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I also did is I asked people on my channel if they had questions. So that's what I'm going to start with. I had so many questions. I've got 3 pages in small font, so I know we won't get to all of them. But I really appreciate I've got such a great community on the Anime Adventures YouTube channel. So the first questions that I just want to start with, everybody always likes to know, and I happen to know this story, but I always love hearing how you got into voice acting and then how you got the role of Chi-Chi. And I want to do a shout out to the people who asked that. Jonathan asked, how did you get your job as a voice actor? And Lissy Marie said, how did you land the role of Chi-Chi? And out of all the characters you voice, who would have to be your favorite? By the way, love the both of you. Thank you so much, Lissy. So let's start with that, just right off the bat.
Okay, well, how I got into voice acting, I was just a working actor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I actually did not get it through my agent. A friend of mine worked for the Dallas Observer, and so I guess it was 1999. He kept calling me saying, "There's this cartoon, and they're doing a call, and you should go." And it took him 3 times of calling me for me to do it, just because I thought I have no experience. I have no idea what that is. So I'm glad he bugged me.
Yes.
So, my experience was different than a lot of the other actors. We were I guess I'd hate to say replacing. They moved it from Ocean in Canada to Funimation here. So I was told to listen to all the female roles and try to mimic as closely as I could their voice, because I didn't want it to be like a huge change. And so I did. And the funny thing to me about that is not one of the voices that I did for Chi-Chi were her yelling, screaming, throwing a fit, any of that. It was just like, oh, well, boys will be boys, which is not anything that I've ever recorded.
I know, that's crazy to me, because we should say, like, this is my second interview with you, and I loved that story, that there was not a single line that you did where you were yelling. That's crazy.
Yeah, none of that nonsense. And then on my 30th birthday, I'm going to date myself here.
Okay.
I played my answering machine, and there was Chris Sabat's voice going, "You've been cast in the role of Chi-Chi."
Wow. Best birthday present ever.
I went running through my apartment screaming. Even though I didn't know what anime was or Dragon Ball Z, I was just so excited. And but then I normally, as you know, once you're cast, you hear back pretty quickly on when your call date is, or if it's theater rehearsals. And so I didn't hear anything for a month. And so I called him and was like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't make up that I got cast as Chi-Chi. And he's like, no. So after like the third month, he's finally like, you don't come in for a while. Like it was several months before I came in, but no one explained that. So I was like, did I make it up? Did they recast me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you would kind of wonder, like, did I hear that right? Because I haven't heard anything. So I don't blame you. Oh my gosh. And we've had so many people say, hi, Quincy. I think I saw Claudia. I saw Vanessa. I saw Teresa say she had cosplayed Pan. So sorry I missed all that. But yeah, I know what you mean, because if you hear that you booked it and then you don't get called for a while, you would kind of question, did I actually book this? Am I actually going to record Chi-Chi? Now, I want to hear Chi-Chi's voice, and I want to hear you scream Goku, but I had somebody specifically ask for that. So I do want to, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So, because I want to do shout outs when I ever have the chance, because I have so many people active on my channel. So Shadow Hunter M said, can we hear Chi-Chi yelling to Goku? It's always so fun to hear. I think here's what's funny. When I first interviewed you, we were at the Dallas Comic Show and we were in Dallas. When you yelled Goku, the whole convention shut down. It was like it got completely quiet and everybody looked over. But let's hear some Chi-Chi and let's hear Goku, like hear you yell, Goku. I love this.
All right. Goku! It's so pretty. It's so delightful. So pretty.
It makes you calm.
Excuse me. It does. It does. It hits because she doesn't scream Goku. Like it's in that part of your throat where it's weird. It gets weird and tickly.
Yes.
So,
well, I know. And then,
Goku! I mean, I don't know. That was not in my audition. So.
Yes. Well, and I feel like sometimes it's almost harder to do it on the spot in an interview, because I don't know about you, but if I'm going to a session, I do some warm-ups and because last I did an interview with SSJ Goshen 4 and I did a Kamehameha and my voice completely gave out.
No, it does. It disappears. So like, where'd it go?
Yes. Whereas if I were doing it in a session, I would warm up. I'd be a little prepared. I might still have to do it a couple of times. Now, we did get a question live. Is your character the same as Chi-Chi? Meaning, is your personality the same as Chi-Chi at all? Oh, from Julio Castillo.
Hi, Julio.
Yeah.
I think it's Castillo. I would like to say no, but my husband would probably say yes.
Do you yell at your husband in that same Goku scream?
It's like, match! It's more like that. I don't very often because he's not a jerk like Goku. But if I get mad and let's just say I'm venting in general, I don't know. Yeah. Let's just say it didn't come hard. It wasn't difficult for me to get into that role. Now, I'm not a mom in real life except to critters. So in that way, I don't know. I have a lot of adult toddlers in my life, but no real children. So I had to wing it on that one.
Adult toddlers. Well, since we're talking about you screaming as Chi-Chi, we got a lot of questions about you screaming. So I'm actually going to group some of these together and you can just answer all at one time. So Franco said, what's it like screaming so loud? Heath Miller, hey Heath, I know him very well. I love him. Has Cynthia ever lost her voice yelling at Goku so much? Pikachu Master 542 says, what's your favorite non-screaming Chi-Chi moment? And then the last one kind of related to this, Ratchet the Rat 96 said, have you ever tried not to laugh when yelling as Chi-Chi? So I thought we could just talk about Chi-Chi and her screaming or not screaming kind of as a group of questions right there.
So yes, I do tend to lose my voice. So we usually save it for the end of the recording session. So I'm not all scratchy for the speaking things. Yes, there's plenty of times where I've had to redo takes because of laughing.
Really?
Part of it's because the voice will go in a weird, unexpected place that sounds awkward. Or part of it's because the scene is actually funny. I think,
is it when the scene's funny, but you're having to scream?
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be what just came out of my mouth. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's that awful. It's fun. I think it's fun. As for my favorite non-Chi-Chi moment, I like it when she gets real intense about money, like, I don't know. I like that she can go from crying to laughing to being maternal to be just in one paragraph. Like, just, she's all over the place. I'm trying to think. I love the one where Videl and I were sticking our tongues out of each other. And I love that I didn't like Videl until I realized she came from money. And then I was just syrupy sweet. So
yes,
that was fun.
Well, and I see we have a question right here also related. Stephanie Ann Hall, what's your routine for building up vocal stamina for screaming as Chi-Chi? Do you have something that you do?
I really don't. I just save it. Like I said, I'll be going in on Monday to do a game-related thing, and we'll just save those cues for the end, and by then my voice is good and warmed up. And I mean, I wish I had a more professional answer for that, but I don't. I just do it and just see what happens, and sometimes it works and sometimes we have to do it again.
But I think my answer is the same. I don't have anything fancy. I think I did the same thing. I saved it, and I never. Did you ever lose your voice?
Yes, that's why they started. That's why they started, or it would just get real scratchy.
Yeah.
So that's it. It was only in the last couple of years that they decided to start saving that for the end and just coming back and getting it. Because
okay.
Because I'm not in every episode, and if I am, it's not a lot. So when I go in, we'll do a few episodes at a time. So we'll do all the speaking in all the episodes, and then go back and do the yelling.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Now we have another question that says, this is a live question. When you first started voice acting, did you feel like you kind of adapted over time? Like, did you change over time? That's a really good one.
It is a good one. I guess.
Is this from Jessie?
Hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Yes, I was uncomfortable. I mean, I already had been acting professionally for about 7 years, but I was not comfortable hearing my own voice, and I was really not comfortable with the. I'm blanking on the word. The sounds, you know what I'm saying? Like
the reaction sounds where you're like,
I did not know what a power up was. I did not know, a landing sound, a punch grunt, all those things, running noises. That was super awkward for me. So now not so much, but at the time, yes. And I think the hardest part, I think we all can agree, was learning to have to dub and match flaps instead of just acting. So you're trying to read the script and watch the mouth flaps and say the right words, excuse me, and act at the same time. I think it's much harder than prelay for sure.
It is, because it becomes, like you said, there's so many things going on. You are using your acting chops. It's technical. You're trying to look down, look at the screen. There's so much going on.
Memorize and you got to match it up. And that's why in panels, when people say, how do you become a voice actor? Most of us are like, you have to have your acting chops solid enough that you don't really have to think about them. Because there's so much going on for dubbing.
Absolutely. And I know, so I loved hearing your explanation of that. At the same time, we're getting all of these comments, which is so great. We got another question from Goshen. Hey, Goshen. She was the one who interviewed me. And she has a question for you. Was Chi-Chi the role you originally auditioned for?
I auditioned for all the females. I don't remember what order.
You did? Okay. So you auditioned for multiple.
They just brought me in and they were like, watch these clips, look at these sides, And then when you're ready, you can read them and try to match the voice as closely as possible. So I don't remember who was first.
Yeah.
But that was my first anime role.
Yeah, I remember you saying that it was your first anime role. And when you auditioned, and this is from me, this is from Elise. When you auditioned, did you feel a connection? If you even remember this, since it was way back, but did you feel a connection to Chi-Chi? Or were there several where you were like, oh, I could see myself doing this role or this role? Or was Chi-Chi the one where you were like, boom?
Well,
I can do this one.
I really didn't connect to any of them. I know that sounds weird. If it had been one of the ones where she's spastic all over the place, I think I would have wanted that. Had I known that Bulma was going to be always and forever, I'm sure I would have preferred that. I wouldn't trade Chi-Chi. I just wish she was in more stuff. The first anime character that I connected with and really, really wanted bad was Botan.
Oh, okay. So we have some questions on Botan. I'm going to switch over to that, but this is great. We've got a live question that is totally unrelated to anime from Vanessa. What's your favorite ice cream? And Vanessa, thank you for being here. You've been on several of these lives. Thank you. It's so great to see you again. All of this talk about vocal use makes me want ice cream. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Baskin-Robbins chocolate fudge.
Chocolate fudge. So let's move on to Botan, because that was the other character that you got the most questions about, and a lot of it was comparing Chi-Chi to Botan. Oh, and then Stephanie SSJ Ocean Forest says, I love Botan. So
Thank you. I love her too.
Yeah, and she's kind of so different. Abstar, who's also, she's very active on my channel. She said, who's more of a vocal challenge, Chi-Chi with her constant yelling or Botan's adorable accent? And then says, thank you for being such an integral part of my childhood.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Chi-Chi's harder for me vocally because of the yelling. Like, my voice, you can tell, isn't the same as before I had to yell today. It's already scratchy. Mm-hmm. Botan, I actually kind of just came up with an accent because my inspiration for her was there's a Steven Spielberg movie called Always.
Okay.
It was Audrey Hepburn's last film. Mm-hmm. And she plays a very similar role, and she uses her British accent in that. And the character's name is Hap, H-A-P. If you have not seen that movie, I highly recommend it. So I just felt like, she was perky and she was sweet and, benevolent, and her job was to guide Richard Dreyfuss's character when he dies through the spirit world. So I didn't try to mimic it. It's just sort of what came out. And then they were like, well, let's not make it so British, but let's keep it kind of that transatlantic. So. Interesting.
I always like hearing that backstory of how the character voice came to be, because you don't know from other actors, did you just come up with it and then you stuck with it the whole time, or did you work with the director and go, well, let's change it up a little bit? So that's cool to hear how Botan's voice kind of came about.
And then Mitzi just looked like she talked like this. She's so nerdy, I mean, I didn't audition for it. They just gave it to me, and that's what came out of my mouth.
That is fantastic. I love her voice. Okay, there's another one. Let's see. Oh, this was a pretty interesting. So one person says, my question, because you were voicing Botan and Chi-Chi at the same time, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's what he says, like both were Funimation shows, ran almost at the same time. They were both different. Oh, wait, there wasn't a question. He just said you did a great job. They were at the same time.
Thank you.
That's what so many people said. They just loved the variety in your character voices. Now, one who, it's in a different language, so I can't read his username, but he said, was saying bingo a favorite line?
Bingo. You win the prize. I think so, because I don't know that she says it as, she does say it a lot, but when Yusuke first realizes he's dead, he's like, but I'm here and I'm talking to you, you know, unless I'm not alive. And she goes, bingo, you win the prize. Like, you know, she's all happy and excited to let him know, you're right, you're dead. So
yeah,
that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Now this is kind of more Kameacon related. So this is SS Jerry, and he says, "Hi, Cynthia at Kameacon."
Hi.
Well, this is kind of to both of us. Yes, hey. So he had both of us at Kameacon 2 sign a Dragon Ball art book separately. It's now at about 30 autographs. That's amazing.
Wow, Kazao.
I know. Now, this is what I didn't remember. He said it was just before Chris Sabat married a couple dressed as Vegeta and Bulma, which was one of his favorite moments of the convention. He asked if we remembered that, and I'm guessing probably both, signing the autographs, yes, and then the marriage. How are Kameacons for you? Can't wait to see you again. I didn't know that Chris Sabat married somebody. Did you?
He did, and I remember because I finished signing that book, and then I had heard it was going to happen, and I saw Chris get up and put on the robe and start heading over. And so I got out of my booth and ran around and watched it, and it was great. It was super cool.
That is amazing. Now, he also asked about Kameacon, like how has the experience been for you to be at this huge all Dragon Ball convention?
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it to have one show, and I love that we had all the actors from all over the other countries, and you know, the 3 Vegetas, and just the celebration of the same show with different casts and people coming from all over the country and all over the world. And the only time we get to all see each other, so
yeah.
It's great. Our fan base is amazing. When I started, I had no idea what it was. I didn't know if anyone would see it, watch it. I certainly didn't know that I'd be here 22 years later with people now saying, I grew up on it and now I'm raising my kids on it.
Yeah. And somebody did ask that question, how long you had been voicing in the Dragon Ball series. So it's been 22 years.
Yeah.
Wow. It really is kind of just an amazing, like I can get chills thinking about it, being in a single fandom convention, and the energy is just so, I've said this before, but it's electrifying. It's so cool. And you're right, we don't get to see each other a lot, like all the actors, and then you get to see the Dragon Ball fans and the other artists, and it's just incredible.
It's amazing.
So let me see what other do. And if you're live and have questions, let us know. We've got some questions, just general questions. Cedric Thompson. Hey, Cedric. I always love you.
Hi, Cedric.
So he said, tough question. Who's your favorite character besides Chi-Chi? And what's your favorite anime?
Okay, it has to be Botan's up there with Chi-Chi. I also love Mrs. Briefs. I wish she was in more of it.
Yes, you have to do Mrs. Briefs.
I don't know if I can with I'll try.
With your.
Well, I usually warm up if I knew I was going to do her. It's really, oh my, you're so handsome. Would you like a snack? And she's just always being a bimbo, and I love her.
I love her.
And then I love Mitzi. I love Shin Shan. I loved playing Mitch in Case Closed, playing a little boy.
Yeah. The stepped up little boy voice.
That was super fun. Really, there isn't anything I've not liked voicing, but those would definitely be my top.
Those are great. And I love that they're all so different too.
Thank you.
Like you have such a wide variety. I love that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's a gift. I mean, to really be a true character actor and be able to switch up your voice so much is just amazing.
And I love being a character actor. Not that I wouldn't want to be a lead, but sometimes I think that people maybe think I can only do the Chi-Chi scream and don't think of me for other roles. So I've definitely got to get a demo out.
Oh, yes. You
I think they hear Chi-Chi and they're like, rah! And I'm like, no, I promise I can do other things.
And I just saw Teresa said something, Sarah said something. Shout out to y'all. Sorry I missed what you said. Hi. And then Jessie asks, would you ever play a female villain?
I would love to. Oh my gosh. I would love to.
Yes.
So much.
And I know with the way that with variety, like vocal variety you have and how you can change things up, I can't wait to hear your villain one day.
Thank you.
I'm sure I would be scared.
Right.
Let's see what else we have. Oh, this I thought was pretty cool, and this was Fabian Sanchez 10,000. Hi, Fabian. Thank you for your question. It's which actors or voice actors inspire you? Do you have somebody who really inspires you, either on camera or voice over actor?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just amazing. There's so many. Voice
That's hard. I always find that question to be pretty hard because you're right. There are so many that.
There's so many at Funimation alone that it's not just their acting or their voice quality, but how they can just chase the scene and not have to have it synced. I mean, just boom, get it out and get it amazing. We have some really talented people. Actress-wise inspirations, I love Holly Hunt. I love Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter, hello.
I think Holly Hunter, yeah.
And I loved, obviously, Audrey Hepburn, Katharine Hepburn, but more our generation. I don't mean to take too long. I love, now I'm blanking on people's names. Sorry, guys.
That's what's hard too when you get put on the spot. I do that where I'm like, I can picture the face and I can't think of the name.
I love Cate Blanchett. She can do so many things. I love Penelope Cruz. Obviously Meryl Streep, but I think there are a lot of underrated. Kristen Wiig, comedy-wise, I'll watch anything Kristen Wiig is in.
Oh yes, and you come from a comedy background. It's not surprising that you would pick a comedic actor.
And Kate McKenna is just on Saturday Night Live. She just kills she can play everything. So
yes,
it's hard. Yes. I can never pick a favorite actor or actress. I can't either.
That's always a hard one. I should have skipped that one. That is a hard one.
No, but
it was such a good, Fabian. It was such a good question. Like, thank you. That was a really good question. It is hard to pick a favorite. Let's see, because I feel like we could go on and on because we still have so many great questions. I have to say thank you. And I do want to remind everybody, like you're doing meet and greets March 6th. You will be at Kameacon 3 and you can just follow. Oh, Sarah, hey, love seeing this live.
Sarah.
Friends here. There are so many great questions. I love this. Let's see. And then, like I said, so many people just, tuned in and commented that they just love you and you were part of their childhood and still a part of what they watch on anime.
That means so much to me.
Yes. Let's see. When you were a child, this is Mr. Timo. When you were a child, what were some of your hobbies besides voice acting or even now?
The only main hobby I've ever had is riding horses and competing in competitions. I was literally riding in utero with my mom pregnant. And then
really?
Before I could walk, I was in front of her. She'd hold me in front of her on the saddle. So I was riding before I was walking. So horses and reading. I love to read, mostly biographies. I'm a pretty good cook, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing to do.
Okay.
I like piddling in my yard, plants.
Yeah.
I guess. I used to be an avid workout gym rat. I need to get back to that. I do like it. I just haven't done it lately. But I used to do it all the time. So
yeah,
that has inspired me.
little bit of everything. Well, I think this has been so much fun. Let's talk about one more Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball anything moment. Do you have a favorite moment in the booth? Or, let's see, John Knight said, do you have a favorite episode of Dragon Ball Z? Sometimes with so many episodes, I counted them one time, or didn't count them. I looked them up. There are just like so many, but do you have like a favorite recording moment in the booth, or a favorite moment with a director, or a favorite convention moment that you would like to share?
Oh, it's so hard to pick an episode or a moment.
Yeah, I always have a hard time picking an episode because there's so many. I can think of things in the booth sometimes, or even going to conventions and hearing.
I love the one in Super where I catch Mr. Satan and Gohan throwing your character back and forth.
Oh, yes.
Like football. I thought that was pretty fun. Convention, just amazed that anyone knows who I am or cares, and that any work I've done means something to somebody, because that was kind of my specific goal as a professional actress. I never cared to go to LA or New York, and I just wanted to work professionally and for my work to matter. My specific random goal, which anime answered for me, was I just want to do good work and have it matter to people. So,
wow, that's amazing. I love hearing that. And I've heard you say before that you are just really, truly happy being in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So it's very cool that you're getting to do what you love and live where you love to live.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, I thought we had one more question, but I think we should say bye in our character voices. You can say bye as Chi-Chi. I'll say bye as Ken. But I first want to say, if you joined us live, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. If you're watching on Anime Adventures, thank you. I just love the community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We've got more of these exclusive interviews coming up, so there will be more to come. And Cynthia, thank you. You're awesome. It's always a treat to see you.
It's always fun to see you too.
So I will start us off and go, hi, it's Fan. Thanks for joining us. See you later.
Hi, it's Chi-Chi. Goodbye. Don't forget to study.
Bye, everyone. See you later.